The princess of folk legends is a descendant of the more archaic goddess figures. The earlier goddess has a dual nature, as radiant mother and devouring dragon. The goddess Kali of the Hindus was renowned for her beauty. But in her terrible aspect, her long disheveled tresses stretched across the heavens, blackening the sky, sweeping away the sun and the stars. We encounter surprisingly similar images in the goddess Coatlicue of the Aztecs, the Sumerian Inanna, Egyptian Hathor, Canaanite Astarte, Greek Gorgon, Hindu Rangda, and in the medieval witch, the most popular later caricature of the angry or lamenting goddess. Was the terrible goddess a spectacular, fear-inspiring cometary stream? Our word for comet comes from the Greek word coma, used for long, flowing hair. The torch, the flame, streamers, streaming feathers, various symbols of brooms, whisks, and flails. Around the world, these images signify both the angry goddess and the doomsday comet. The land of Sumer, a cradle of civilization in ancient Mesopotamia. A prototype of the early goddess figure is the Sumerian Inanna. The texts describe her as a great dragon called the pure torch that flares in the sky. Inanna herself declares, "I was the blazing, the brilliant fire. I was the fire whose flame and sparks rained down on the rebel land. I was the conflagration which shone forth in the heavens when the heavens shook and the earth trembled and quaked." Who then was this comet-like goddess, Inanna? For the very first astronomers of ancient Mesopotamia, the goddess Inanna is not an unknown cometary intruder. She is a planet. The planet Venus. In later Babylonian astronomy, the planet Venus was still remembered as the lamenting star. It was called the witch star. In the Americas, Aztec history remembered Venus as the great feathered serpent, and they called Venus the smoking star, the very phrase they used for a comet. The stargazers of Peru knew Venus as Chaska, the long-haired star, the most common phrase for the comet among ancient peoples. But the goddess wore two faces. Before she acquired her terrible aspect, she shone in the sky with awe-inspiring beauty. We came to know the goddess as the Greek Aphrodite, the Latin Venus, daughter of heaven, the prototype of the beautiful princess. One of her names was Aphrodite Comets, the long-haired or fiery-haired Aphrodite. In the language of ancient astronomy, Aphrodite Kamaeotho means the comet Venus. The Greeks and Romans shared the tradition of an archetypal comet of extraordinary beauty, radiating its hair in all directions. This was the Roman portrait of that comet, a symbol of celestial power and glory. Its name was the Star of Venus. So we're not just dealing here with princesses and angry goddesses and serpent dragons that turn out to be the doomsday comet. We are confronting the mythical parent of comets, a comet inspiring both veneration and dread, a comet that turns out to be a planet, Venus. In the St. George story, there is the dragon and there is the princess. Then there is St. George himself. If the princess originally meant the planet Venus, who then was St. George? From North America to Mesoamerica to South America, from ancient Mesopotamia to ancient Egypt, we see the warrior hero arising to defeat powers of chaos. The Greek Apollo, Hercules, Perseus, Theseus, or coyote or raven of Native American lore. Most of us have assumed these figures have nothing to do with astronomical bodies. Hercules was born to fight chaos monsters, vanquishing the gigantic Nemean lion, slaying the Hydra. Though remembered as the child of Zeus, he is usually seen as a man walking the earth. But earlier versions of Hercules, the Egyptian heroes Shu-Anur or Horus, do not inhabit the earth. When they challenge the dragon of chaos, they wage that battle in the heavens. The original Hercules was a celestial power. In fact, Greek and Roman astronomy identified the warrior hero as a planet. The planet Mars. The North American Pawnee remember an ancestral warrior who defeated the powers of darkness in remote times. To find the warrior in the sky, they pointed to a planet, Mars. The Aborigines of Australia did the same. So too the Chinese, the Babylonians, and the peoples of the South Pacific. Wherever we find the doomsday theme, we find the chaos monster, the angry or lamenting goddess Venus, but also the warrior hero, the planet Mars.